Hello learners, welcome to another exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. I am Parikshit Saikia, your Quants and LRDI mentor on the Unacademy platform. And from today, we are starting a new initiative, SNAP, the 100 most important questions to your SNAP. With just over 2 weeks to go for the SNAP, it is very important that you actually practice a lot of questions which are SNAP based, right? So the difficulty level, the kind of topics that the SNAP keeps on asking year after year. And I'm going to cover the quantitative aptitude section of the SNAP. Remember, this year in the SNAP, there are total of 60 questions, 60 minutes. So the time limit is basically 1 minute per questions. So you have got 20 questions in the quantitative aptitude section. And this is a really easy section and highly scoring. Now, if you analyze the last 15-20 years SNAP papers, you will find that there are certain topics and certain questions which keeps repeating year after year. So this session, right, a series of sessions that we in Unacademy have come out with will try to focus on these very important questions which have been picked up after a lot of analysis from past 20 year SNAP papers and also SNAP mock papers, right? So it's very important that you solve these 100 must solve quant SNAP questions, and I'm sure if you do that, your SNAP quant section will be taken care of and you can really get a very high score. So as always, the first thing I'm going to tell you is give me 5 seconds to ensure that I'm streaming live before we get started with today's session. Okay, I think we are streaming live and we are good to start. A small notification at the start. The National Scholarship Test, right, is scheduled on Unacademy this Sunday, which is today. So 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. A lot of Amazon vouchers are to be won. So please make sure you enroll and do attend the same, because you never know that the Amazon vouchers could be just meant for you. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, SNAP 2020 100 most important questions. Now, as I was saying, past 20 year SNAP papers and past 10 to 15 years SNAP mock papers, right? We are analyzed and picked up a curated set of 100 most important questions. So these are must solve questions because they have come repeatedly multiple times in the SNAP. Let's get started with the first question. Okay, in an international school, 80% of the students know French, 85% know German, 75% know both French and German. If 40% students don't know both, then find the total number of students. So if you read this, you must be realizing that this is probably best solved using a Venn diagram. So let's try to solve this. Remember, you need to be applying shortcuts. You need to be really fast because you don't have too much of time. 1 minute per question. So let's assume total students is 100. Let's assume total students is 100. So you have got French, you have got German, right? I've made an assumption total is 100. So 80% know French. So can I say the first block is 80%? The first circle is 80. 85 no German. So which is that 85? The second block. So just to make sure that we are clear on this, I'm just going to spend some time. So this is 80, right? This part is 80. Can you see this? This part is 80. And this part is, complete part is 80, which is French. And then you have got this complete part, which is 85, which is German. Now think about it. 75% know both French and German. So this part is going to be 75. Fine. If this is 75, the French entire circle for French is 80. So obviously this is going to be 5. Similarly, if this is 75, you know what? The entire German circle is 85. So this is going to be 10. This is going to be 10. So how much you have got? 5 plus 75, 80. 80 plus 10, 90. So till now you have got a total of 90. But remember, you made an assumption. What was the assumption? The total number of students is 100. Perfect. It means outside the circles, none of the two languages will be 10. None of the two languages will be 10. Perfect. Now what does the question says? Question says 40 students don't know both. So question is saying, no, it's not 10. It's basically 40. N should be 40. Fine, perfect. It means you need to convert 10 to 40. So what is the multiplying factor? The multiplying factor is 4. So you got the answer. It means every number that you have assumed, you need to multiply with 4, because your question, the answer you got is 10. But as per the question, it is 40. Perfect. The multiplying factor is 4. It means total will also be multiplied by 4. So your answer is 400. So do not take an X. Just take 100 and solve, and finally make the adjustment using a multiplying factor. You got your answer as 10. Question says no, it's 40. Perfect. Just make that adjustment into 4. So that makes it 400. Perfect. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the second one. Please remember, you just have 1 minute or less than 1 minute to solve every question. So you need to be really fast. Number 2. The price of an item was increased during the festival season by 10%. Later, the new price was decreased by 10%. If the latest price is 1000, what was the approximate original price? Again, you know my favorite way of teaching. You take 100. You take 100. Original price, let it be 100. Let the original price be 100. Now what has happened? It has increased by 10%. So now it becomes 110. Next. Then it is decreased by 10%. Then it is decreased by 10%. Perfect. 10% of 110 is how much? If you have to find out 10% of a number, just put a decimal before the unit digit. So 10% of 110 is 11, minus 11. So it becomes 99. Right? Now what does the question says? If the latest price is 1000, if the latest price is 1000, question is saying no, it's not 99. You know what? Actually this price is 1000. Perfect. Make your adjustments. So what is your adjustment? Into 11, 999 into 11 will get you 1000, right? Into 11.1 probably. Into 11.1. Approximately 11.1 will get you 1000. 999 into 11.1 is 1000. So what is your multiplying factor? Your multiplying factor is 11.1. It means every number that you have assumed, you need to multiply with 11.1 to arrive at the final answer. Question is asking, what is the approximate original price? Same logic you can use. Into 11.1. So your approximate original price is 1110. 1110. So what's this? What is the answer? None of the mentioned options are correct. None of the mentioned options are correct. I hope you got it. These are all previous year snap questions, the last 20 years that we have analyzed, and we have made sure that questions which have occurred more than 2-3 times in the last 20 years are being given in my sessions. Any doubt in this? Yes? Perfect. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Number 3. So see, the method is very important, okay? The way you are solving is very important because you need to be solving in the least possible time. Number 3. In how many ways can we arrange the word capstone? Capstone. C-A-P-S-T-O-N-E. So that all the vowels are together. So basically this is a question from PNC. Now first job is to identify the vowels. Which are the vowels? A, O, E. There are 3 vowels. There are 3 vowels. So let's write down the remaining alphabets. C, P, S, T, N. Right? So these are my consonants and the vowels are A, O, E. So they are saying the vowels should be together. So what do? You assume that you have tied them together. You have put all the vowels in a box. You assume or you visualize that you have put all the vowels in a box. Now why do I visualize? So that from now on, whenever I move the box. Whenever I move the box, and because I am moving the box, the vowels will move together. The vowels will move together. Let's start. So how many ways can you arrange this given thing? How many ways can you arrange this blue color bracket part? How many ways? Remember, let's count. 1, there are 1 item. 2 items, 3 items, 4 items, 5 items, 6 items. There are total of 6 items. So the first item can go in any of the 6 places. Let's say there are 6 places, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first item can go in any of the 6 places. Let's say C. Then what about P? P can go in any of the remaining 5 blanks. In any of the remaining 5 blanks. Similarly, S. Remember, you have already chosen 2 places. So S can go in any of the remaining 4 places. And then so on. And then so on. 3, 2, 1. But you need to take care. You remember, this was a sort of box. Now within the box, what can happen? Within the box, if you are able to visualize, it can be AOE, it can be AEO, or if it starts with O, it can be OAE, OEA, or if it starts with E, EAO, or EOA. So within the box, the 3 alphabets can be arranged in 3 factorial or 6 ways. So finally, within the box also, people can be arranged in 6 ways. People or letter, whatever you call them. So what is your final answer? 720 into 6, which is 0, 12, 42, 4, 3, 2, 0. That's the answer. 4, 3, 2, 0, which is the answer. Got it? Remember, very common questions. Last 20 years, if you see, very common. This is something which is very common. The word might be different, but the question is exactly the same. The vowels together in a given word. Let's go to the next one. Anyone, if you have a doubt, you can always put your comments in the YouTube live and I'm going to answer it. Number 4. I hope no doubts till now. Let's look at question number 4. I hope you all are trying along with me. Number 4. A company employs 35 people whose average age is 45 years. The 10 most aged people have an average age that is 20% more than average of all 35 people in the company. 3 new employees of aged 32, 35 and 30 joined the company. Now what is the difference in the average age of the same 10 most aged people and the average age of all the people in the company? Okay. Let's say original average. Can you count? How much is that? You know, there were a total of 35 people and the average is 45. Original average is 45. So original average is anywhere 45 years. 45 years. Right? So can I write next? Average of 10 eldest people. Average of 10 eldest people. How much is it? It is 20% more. 20% more than 45. So how will you calculate? 45 plus 20% of 45. Remember, 10% of 45 is 4.5. Put a decimal before the unit digit. So 20% is just going to be double of it. So 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9. So average of 10 eldest is 54. Yes? Any doubt in this? 3 new employees of aged 32, 35 and 30 joined the company. Now what is the average age of the same 10 most aged people and the average age of all the people in the company? Okay. Now can you tell me what is the sum of all ages? Sum of ages of all people. It's very easy, right? So what is the sum? Sum is nothing but average into the number of people. What is sum? Sum is average into the number of people. Remember, I hope you all remember this. Average is sum divided by total. So what is sum? Sum is average into total. So average is 45 original average, right? How many people are there? 35. So 45 into 35 is the sum. Plus they say 3 new people are joining. 3 new people are joining. Plus 32 plus 35 plus 30. Yes. So total how many? Total what is the sum? Total what is the sum? This is the sum. So how much is the sum? Can you calculate? Can you calculate this? 45 into 35 plus 32 plus 35 plus 30 comes out to be 1672. 1672. Yes? So what is the new average? What is the new average? Sum, which is 1672 divided by the number of human beings. Originally there were 35 human beings and now 3 new employees have joined, right? So 35 plus 3 is 38. 35 plus 3 is 38. So divided by 38 comes out to be 44. Divided by 38 comes out to be 44. Now I think you all got the answer. Question is asking what is the difference between the new average and the average of the 10 eldest. So the new average is 44. Average of the 10 eldest is 54. What is the difference? 54 minus 44 comes out to be 10. And that's your answer for the fourth one. That's your answer for the fourth one. Yes? Hello Amardeep. Hi. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Yes? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now let me talk about, because this is the first snap session that we are starting from today, right? I want you to be aware of the last few year cutoffs. I want to spend the last 4-5 minutes on talking about the cutoffs, okay? So this year there are 60 questions in the snap and 60 minutes. 60 questions, 60 minutes. Yes? So total marks in the snap is 60. Now if you deep dive, what will happen? Quants, how many questions? There are 20 questions, 20 marks. LR, 25 questions, 25 marks. And verbal, 15 questions, 15 marks. Right? So there is no sectional cutoff as such. Now if you look at the last 20 years snap, or probably the last 5 years, I can take the last 5 years and look at their cutoffs. If you are looking at the cutoffs for SIBM Pune, okay, SIBM Pune and SCMHRD, we are looking at somewhere around close to or greater than equal to around approximately 60% marks. 60% marks. So it means if the total marks in the snap this time is 60, you should be targeting, if you are targeting the top two colleges of Symbiosis University, you are looking at somewhere around 36, 37, 38 marks. Around 36 to 38 marks. That should be your target marks. Now remember, there are negative marking. So you cannot obviously be ticking every answer, right? You cannot tick every answer. So to get 36 marks, probably you'd want to attempt around 40 questions. Around 40 questions if you are able to attempt and end up with a net score of 36, that should be fine. 40 marks, why I'm saying? I'm assuming that 4, 5, 6 questions will go wrong, especially from the verbal section, which talks about which of these will strengthen the argument, will weaken the argument. Now, such questions you can never be sure, right? So, depending on your accuracy and keeping in mind that you are looking at somewhere close to 36, around 36 marks, you should make your attempts. If your accuracy is very high, you'd want to keep it around 37, 38 attempts and hope for a 95% accuracy. But if your accuracy is low, you might want to attempt 42, 43 questions, okay, 43, 42 questions, and then hope that you get around 36, 37 correct out of them so that your net score is around 36. So please make sure that your target attempts should be this much, around this much. 60% marks is what you are targeting. And another thing I must tell you here, if you are about serious about choosing the easy questions, okay, do not attempt anything which is 5-6 lines long. 5-6 lines. So some of the questions in the snap are 5 to 6 lines. Some of them, okay. You need to be smart and you need to leave out these 5-6 liners, because snap will have a lot of 1, 2, 3 liner questions which will be not time consuming, So especially if you see a puzzle type, it's 6 lines, it might not be worth attempting. Now in my case here, you might be thinking this is a 6 line. Remember, here the width is very low, right? It's not 6 line, this is just a 2 liner, but because I have used only a portion of the space, you might think this is 6 lines. No, this is not 6 line, but in your screen, it will be the entire width which will be covered. In that case, it is the 5 or 6 liner, leave it. and your target attempt should be around 60% of the marks. Okay, that should be your target attempts. So there are a lot of free classes on Unacademy, and if you wish to unlock any free class, you can always use this code. It will give you access to a lot of free sessions. A lot of classes you can access it for free just by using this code Parikshit Saikia. And today was just the first session on Snap. First session. Again, we are going to continue for the next 2 weeks. I am going to solve 100 most important questions for the Snap. We have done a lot of analysis, right? And we have picked up questions which have occurred multiple times in the Snap in the last 20 years. So Snap 2020 years, last 20-year papers have been analyzed, and questions which have occurred multiple times will be picked up and solved live with you in this YouTube session. So I think that's it for today. Please make sure that you practice these questions once again using the shortcuts that we just discussed. And I'm going to see you tomorrow morning again at 10:30 a.m. with some exciting Snap previous year and mock questions. Till then, thank you so much and stay safe. Goodbye and keep practicing. Thank you. And in case you have liked the video, do please hit the like button, because that way I know that you are liking the session and we can continue this initiative for the next 15 odd days till your Snap. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.